Okay, so we're going to share the screen. Again, we'll pick up where we left off. And I'm going to record on this computer. All right, and hopefully it doesn't blow up. There we go. Okay. So we put on our tefillin. We've said the blessings for the Torah, blessing for the body, blessing for the gift of the soul, blessings of the Torah. And now we're going to say a passage from the Torah. This is a priestly blessing. Yivarecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka, yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. All right, now let's say something from the book of Leviticus. Kedoshim tiyu ki kadosh Adonai Elo ani Adonai Elohechem lo tikalel cheresh v'lifnei iver lo titein mishol lo ta'asu avel v'mishpat lo tisa pnei dal v'lo ta'dar v'nei gadol v'tzedek v'mishpat amitecha v'lo ta'amod al dan re'echa al tisna erechecha l'vabecha v'chafter re'echa kamocha ani Adonai. From the Mishnah. Elu devarim shem lahem shiura peah pikorim v'harei ayon ugnilut chasadim v'talmod Torah. Passage from the Gemara, which is also part of the Talmud. Elu devarim she'adam ochel poretechem ba'alam hazev ha'keren kayemet lo le'olam haba ve'elukim kivod avaim ugnilut chasadim v'chashkamat beit midrash harifa arvit lachnasa orchim u'vikol cholim v'chachnasa kalyat halav u'v'yayimed v'yon tefila v'hava shalom ben adam v'havero u'vein ish le'ish tohu v'talmud Torah k'neged kulam. We now go through a series of affirmations, morning blessings, as we get up, as we realize that, we're conscious and we appreciate all the things that we can do as gifts from God. And it's traditional, by the way, to stand for this. You don't have to, but, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lo tzedakah v'hina lechefim ben yom ben laila. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shasani b'tzomohu. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shasani Yisrael. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shasani benu bat chorihin. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam pokeach ivrihim. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Malbish arumihim, amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurihim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zokef kafufihim, amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam rokah haaretz al hamayim, amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shasali kotzorki, amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam mamechin l'tzadek aver, amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Osei Yisrael b'gvuraha, amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam oter Yisrael b'tifaraha, amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam noten li ha'ef koach. Blessing after that. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamavir sheina me'anai utnuma b'papahai v'yiratzon milfanecha Adonai Eloheinu v'elahei avoteinu v'imotenu. I like to put our mothers, our matriarchs in there too. Shetargi lena b'toratecha v'dabakenu b'mitzvotecha v'al tavidenu lo lidei chet v'lo lidei avera v'avon v'lo lidei nisayon v'lo lidei bizayon v'al te'ashlet banu yatzer chara v'harchikenu me'adam ra u'me'chavera v'tabakenu v'yatzer tov v'masim tovim v'chofet yitzreinu v'ishtaka v'lach u'tneinu kol yom uchol yom uchenu chesed v'rachamim v'einecha u'veinechu ra'inu tigmalenu chasadim tovim baruch atah Adonai gomel chasadim tovim la'amo Yisrael. Continuing. Yahi ratzon milfanecha Adonai Elohai v'elahei avotai v'imotai shetatzi leinu hayom u'cho yom ma'azeh fanim u'mezot ma'azot panim me'adam ra u'mechavera u'mishachen ra u'mipegera pegara u'misha satan u'mashchit v'midin kasher u'miba'al din kasher ben shehu ben barid u'ben she'enu ben barid. And I'll give you a moment to put on some personal thoughts in the morning for as we go through the day. Le'olam yahei adam yarei shemayim b'seter b'vagalui v'model v'emet over emet v'vavo v'yashkein v'yomahar. Ribon kol ha'olamim lo al tzikatenu anachnu mapilim techanu neinu lefanecha ki arachamecha harabihim ma anachnu mechayenu mechastenu matzikenu ma yishenu ma kohenu ma gevuratenu ma nomar lefanecha Adonai Eloheinu v'le'avotenu v'imotenu Halo kol hagiburim ki ayin lefanecha v'anshe Hashem ki yuchayu v'hachamim al kiblei madaun v'nim kiblei askel ki chol maseinu b'tohum v'imei hayenu hevel lefanecha u'mataha adam min habema ayin ki akol havel אבל אנחנו עמך בנבראתך, בני אברהם אחאבך, שנשבעת לו בחר המוריה, זרע יצחק יחידו שנאגד על גד המזבח, עדת יעקב בנך ובכורך, ושמך חבתך אשר אכבת אותו בשמינתך ששמתך מתה בו, וקראת את שמו ישראל וישורון. לפיכך אנחנו אויבים לחדות לך, ולשבחך ופארך וברך לקדש לתת שבח די על שמך, אשרינו מה טוב חלקנו, מה נעים גורלנו, מה יפה ירושתנו, אשרינו שאנחנו משכימים הערבים, ערב בבוקר אומרים כל מים שם, המים כל יום. This is the first time we say the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, in an undertone. And I always like to make sure that I say the V'ahavta in its appropriate time. Theoretically, the Shema should be done within the first few hours of the day, and it's getting to that time. So I'm going to go ahead and say the V'ahavta. We'll come to it again later. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'kol levavcha u'kol nafshecha u'kol ma'odecha v'hayu hadavarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha hayom לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, ושבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך, ובהשארך. Tahu ad shelo nivra olam, tahu shenivra olam, tahu ba'olam hazeh, tahu ba'olam haba, kadesh et shemacha, amaktishe shemecha, v'kadesh et shemecha ba'olamecha, u'b'shrat katarim azabia karnenu, baruch atah Adonai mekadesh et shemecha barabihim, atahu Adonai Eloheinu, b'shamayim u'ba'aretz, u'b'shmei hashamayim ba'elyonim, emet atahu rishon v'atahu acharon mibladechen Ein Elohim, Kabez Kovecha, Me'abakim Foda Aretz, Yakiriedu Kobo Eolam, Ki Atahu Elohim Levadka, Lechol Mamlachot Haaretz, Atah Sivet Shemayim Ve'et Haaretz, Ve'et Hayamer, Kol Asher Ba'amu Mikol Ma'achol Ma'aseh Yadecha Ba'ol, Ve'elyonim Ol, V'tachtonim Sheyomar Lecha Ma'aseh, Abinu Bashabat, Shebashamayim, Aseh Imanu Chesed Ba'avor Shemcha HaGadol B'nikra Aleinu V'kayem Lanu Adonai Eloheinu Mashe Katuhu Ba'ed Ahi Abdi Etchem Uva'et Kabatzi Etchem V'ki Etchem L'Shem Titila B'chol Amei Ha'aretz V'shuvi Et Shuvetechem Le'nechem Amar Adonai. So I also like to I like to go through the morning blessings a lot. A lot of synagogues I've noticed skip a lot of it, just do a few prayers. But for me, there's some really powerful and nice affirmations. A great way to start the day by acknowledging, speak the truth and, thank God for all the wondrous things, the fact that you can get up and, and go back about your day. We don't really think about it too much, but, those truly are miracles. So now we go through some rabbinical texts for study. So I'm just going to put it here. We're just going to do the first two on this page, and this is for justice. Usually we do one passage, when we do this. Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel Omer al Shalosha Devarim al Ha'olam Omehed al Ha'adin va'al Ha'emet va'al Ha'shalom Shenemar Emet HaMishpat Shalom Shiftu B'Sha'arechem. And then we do a passage discussing justice. Amar Rab Shmuel ben Nachmani, Amar HaKadosh Baruch Hu LeDavid, Shlomo bincha bonei Beit HaMikdash, lo lahakriv bo karbanot, aviv alai mishpat utzdaka, she'ata oseh yoter mincha korbanot, u'ma ta'an oseh aso sadaka v'mishpat necha neiv char le'Adonai mizabach. So now we go to the next passage, which is all about truth. Amar Rabbi Shmuel Bechnani, Matzinu Shakol Bara Kadosh Baruch Hu Ba'olamo, Chutz Mimidat Sheker Umidat Shav, V'Shelo Pa'al Ela Brit Badu Otam Milibahan. And you'll see the word the Holy One, Kadosh Baruch Hu. That's a way of saying God. And let's do the top paragraph here for peace. We always pray for peace. Amar Rabbi Shimon behalachta ra'ema havkaviva shalom shabi kesh hakadosh baruch hu levarech et Yisrael lo matzakali shehu machazik kol habarachot abrachan bo ela shalom minyan shene'emar Adonai oz lemo yitin Adonai yavarech et amo b'shalom. This is a nice thing to read. It's a little superfluous, but I like it. And basically, one of our sages, Rabbi Ishmael, Rabbi Ishmael, put down 13 principles with which we analyze, which we go through and study Torah. And as I go through them in Hebrew, you can look at the English. Is it 13? Yeah, 13. There we go. Ways of analyzing Torah to learn. Rabbi Ishmael Omer b'shalosh esro midut haTorah nidreshet mikol v'chomer migazera shava bibin yan av mekatuv kachad minyan av mishnei ketuvihim 4 mechalal ufrahat 5 umifrat ukalal 6 kalal ufrat ukalal atadan elake in haparat 7 Mechlel shehu tzarich lifrat, umiparat shehu tzarich liklahal. 8. Called the varsha haya b'chlal v'yatsa min hakalahal v'lalamed alolamed al atzmo yatsa elalamed al hakalal kulo yatsa. 9. Called the varsha haya b'chlal v'yatsa et onto an achad shehu v'yinyanu yatsa v'hakel lo chalal mihir. 10. Called the varsha haya b'chalal v'yatsa lit onto an acher shalokin yanu yatsa chalel u'chachamir. 11. Called the varsha haya b'chalal v'yatsa ledona davar chadesh iyata yachol ziro l'chalalu adiyacha yachazirenu akatu v'chalalu v'rosh. 12. Davar halamed inyanu davar halamed misofu. 13. And then we close with a short affirmation. And I'm going to do the bottom one. For the mothers, Eloheinu, Sheyabane Beit HaMikdash B'mhei Ravi, Amen V'tein Chelkeinu B'Toratecha, V'shamna Avadcha V'yir'aki Me'olam U'chshanim Kadmoni Ohot. So we're going to skip the Kiddush to Rabbanan because I don't have a minion here. But we're going to do Psalm 30 for David. And we are entering the part of the service that's called Pesukei Zimra, which is hymns of praise, because as we're going to be asking God for things, we want to, acknowledge God's greatness. Psalm 30. Mizmor Shir Chanukat Abayit LaDavid Aromimcha Adonai Kili Tani v'lo samachta oivelihi Adonai Elohai Shavati Elecha v'tifma'eni Adonai Elita min shol nafshi Aitani l'mar divor Zamru l'Adonai Chasida v'chodu l'zecher kodsho Ki reg abba apo chayim bertzon no be'erev yelin b'chila v'boker rina V'ani amarti b'shal v'bal amut l'olam Adonai b'tzoncha v'chad marja v'hare uz Hayustar tap anech v'ayiti nivchal Elech Adonai ekra v'al Adonai et hanahan Khan. Mabitz Abadab Dom Hibarid Kiel Shal Shachat Vyodacha Far Hayig Vahayigida Mitacha Shemadanai Vachafane Ni Adonai Chayeo Zerli Afakta Mispadi Lemachali Patak Saki Badizreni Simcha Laman Zamercha Kavoda Yidon Adonai Elohai Lamodeka. I'm also going to skip the mourner's cottage for now. I'm going to do it at the end, though. Okay, so now we go into our full Sukkot Zimra, and this is Baruch Shamar. There's the Hebrew, and there's the transliteration. And it's customary to take hold of our talit, tot, the tzitzit. These are the tzitzit, and hold the front two together and hold it by a heart. Baruch Shamar v'haya olam Baruch hu Baruch oseh b'reshi Baruch omer v'oseh Baruch gozer m'kayim Baruch melachim al haaretz Baruch melachim al habriot Baruch meshalem sachar tov l're'ah Baruch haylead v'kayam l'netzach Baruch patel Baruch amatzil Baruch shemoho Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam. Get this down a little bit. Ha'el ha'avarachaman hamulom b'fiyamo meshubakum po'or bilshon chasidava avadahav u'shirei David avdecha nechalelcha Adonai Eloheinu b'shvachot of Izmira nidadelcha u'nshabechacha u'parelcha v'nazkir shemcha v'namlichacha malkeinu Eloheinu yachid chaya olamihim melech meshubakum po'or deyad shemo hagadol Baruch ata Adonai melech mechalo batishbacho. Oh wow, I just realized I did that in Hebrew. All right, here's the English. I'll leave that there for a second. So the next prayer is a series of passages. I'm just going to do a few of these. And as we go by, I'm going to do, just do a few of these Psalms. I'm going to do the first couple of paragraphs. Oh, do ladonai kiru b'shmohu diyu v'amim elilo tahav shiru lo zamru lo suchu b'chol niflotav yithalelu b'shem kodesh yismach levamak b'vakshe Adonai darshu Adonai b'uzo v'akashuhu v'nav tamid zirchu niflotav asher asa moftav v'mishpatei v'hihu zerai Yisrael avdu b'nei Yaakov b'chirav. We're going to go to the bottom. Extol Adonai our God. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'ishtachavu l'chadon raglav kadoshuhu. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'ishtachavu l'char kadsho ki gosh Adonai Eloheinu. So I'm going to, like I said, skip around a little bit. I'm going to skip this next psalm, but I'm going to go to this, which is kind of an intense. It's very intense, a lot of different concepts here, passages, and they say that this should be recited with a lot of intent. Shem Adonai Amak Adonai Bashamayim V'Tagel Haaretz Yomru Bagoyim Adonai Malach Adonai Malach Adonai Malach Adonai Yimloch Le'olam Va'ed Adonai Melech Olam Va'ed Avdu Goyim Artsoho Adonai Chefir Atzah Goyim Cheni Machshavot Amim Rabot Machshavot Belev Ish Va'atzah Adonai Hitakuhu Matzah Adonai Le'olam Ta'amod Machshavot Lavo libodor vlador vador ki huamar v'yehi ki sivavi amohod ki bachar Adonai b'tzion ival moshavlo ki Yaakov bachar lo ya Yisrael l'skulato ki lo yitosh Adonai a'amol alato v'lo ya'azov v'churachum yikaver avon v'lo yiskit yashchik v'hirbav lachashiva po v'lo ya'ir kol chamato Adonai Hoshia Melech Yinenu b'yom karnenu. Next is our Ashrei. This is done 3 times a day because, it's done, 3 times. So make this a little smaller. There we go. I'm going to make it bigger. Sorry. And I'll just raise it as we need to. Whoops. Whoa. As I like to say, folks, live television. So I got another melody here for Ashrei. Usually it's Ashrei Yoshvei Veitecha Od Yalucha Sela Ashrei Am Shkacha Lo Ashrei Ha'am Shadonai Elohav Tilat LeDavid. I'll just do it this way. Aramimcha Elochai Amelech V'Avachashim Chalil Lahum Ba'ed B'Chalei Mavarchek Zecher Rav Tuv Chaya Biv Etzitkat Chayiranenu Chanu V'Rachu Madonai Erech Apayim Udal Chased Tov Adonai Lakol V'Rakamav Koma Asahav Yuducha Adonai Koma Asecha V'Chasidecha Yivarochucha V'Vod Malchut Kayomeru Uradcha Yidaberu V'Hodia Livnei Adam V'Rotav V'Vod Adam Malchutoho Malchut Malchut Kol Olamim U'Memshaltecha V'Chol Dor V'Ador so mechad and elachol anoflim, v'zokef l'chol ha'krufim, einechol elecha yasaberu, v'atanoten lachem erecholam ba'ito. And here's the end, not the end, but the final verse on this page. And what we do is we say, poteach et yadecha, umasbia l'cholcha hiratzon. Zadik Adonai b'chol derachav, v'chasid b'chol ma'asav, karov Adonai l'chol korav, v'chol asher yikra'uhu ve'emet, ritzon yireav yaseh, ve'et shavatam yishma v'yoshiim, shomer Adonai kol havaha, ve'et kol hasha'im yashmihid, tihilat Adonai daber pihi, v'virei kol basar shim kud sholilam va'ed, v'nachnu nevarech yamei atav olam. Hallelujah. I'm going to skip to Psalm 148. There are certain Psalms that the sages say, if you just got to skip a little bit, these are the ones that you should do. And this is actually a Psalm that we do when we're blessing the return of the moon. We're not blessing the moon like it has any power, but we're saying, oh, wow, it's a new moon and it's coming back. So now we've got our calendar ready. Psalm 148. Hallelujah, hallelujah, Adonai mina shamayim, hallelujah, bamarom mihim, hallelujah, kol malachav, hallelujah, chol tzva'av, hallelujah, shemesh v'yareach, hallelujah, kol kochav or, hallelujah, shemei hashamayim, v'hamayim asher me'al hashamayim, hallelujah, shem Adonai, ki hu siva v'nivra'uhu, v'yamidem la'ad la'olam chok natan lo ya'avuhor, hallelujah, et Adonai min ha'aretz, taninim v'chol tachomohod, Eshuveret sheleg v'kitors ruach sa'araosa devaroho hacharim v'chol kivaot es v'ri v'chol arazim hachaya v'chol v'chema remes tipor kanaf malchei aretz v'chol umim sarim v'chol shoftei aretz b'churim v'gam betulot z'keinim ima na'arihim halu et shem Adonai ki niskav shemo levado hodu al ha'aretz v'shamayim v'yarem keren la'amal tehila l'chol chasidav Lifnei Yisrael am karavo, hallelujah. So now we go to Psalm 150, which is the last of the Tehillim, the last of the Psalms. And there's Psalm 150. And I'm going to sing this. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, Bekocho, hallelujah, Berkia Uzo, hallelujah, Bigvurotav, hallelujah, Kurov Gulo, hallelujah, Bete Kashofar, hallelujah, Benevel Vachinor. Hallelujah, betofu machol, hallelujah, b'minim ve'ugav. Hallelujah, tziltzle shama, hallelujah, tziltzle truah. Kol neshama tehallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Kol neshama tehallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Bottom paragraph. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen v'amen. Baruch Adonai mitzion, shochin Yerushalayim, hallelujah. Baruch Adonai Elohim Elohei Yisrael oseh niflaot levado, ubaruch shem kavodo le'olam, v'yamalei kavodo et kol haaretz, Amen v'amen. So we get a series of passages next that also involves the Song of the Sea. I'm going to kind of skip that for our purposes here. And I'm going to go to Yishtabach, which closes Pesukei de Zimra with its 15 expressions of praise. And typically, it is done, the 15 expressions of praise are done in one breath. And typically we stand for this. Yishtabach, Shimcha la'ad malkeinu, ha'ela melech ha'gadol, v'ha'kadosh b'shamayim u'ba'aretz, ki lachana Adonai Eloheinu v'elahei avoteinu v'imotenu, shir ushbacha halel v'zimra ozumim shela netzach gedula u'vurati la v'tiferet kedusha u'malchut brachot v'hodaot me'ata v'ad olam, baruch atah Adonai el melech gadol b'tishbachot el ha'odaot Adonai niflaot, abocher b'shirei zimra melech el chei olamim. So the Chatzi Kaddish is a sanctification that separates the Pesukei de Zimra from what we're going to do now, which is actually the Shacharit service. And we start out with a Baruch Hu. Theoretically, we should have a minyan, a group of 10 adults. I'm just going to go ahead and do it for your edification. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamavorach. And then the congregation responds, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it because I repeat it afterwards. Baruch Adonai Hamavorach le'olam va'ed. And then we say this prayer, and we touch the tefillin again. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu makolom yotzer rei choshech oseh shalom u'borei et ha'kol. Trying to get that so you can see all the tefillin. I think I've got it, got the view. Okay, so now we start our Shacharit service. Ha'me'ir la'aretz v'ladarihim alecha barachamim uvtuvom b'chol machadesh ba'damid ma'aseh v'reshit marabu ma'aseh Adonai kulam b'chachma sitama mala'aretz kinyanecha melech lamom me'azam shubachim pa'ar mitnaseh mimod olam Elohei olam barachamecha rachim rabim rachim aleinu adonu zinu tzum eskabenu megain yishenu miskav ba'adenu El Baruch Gadol Arechim for Al Sacharech Kamatov Yotzer Kavod Lishmom Orot Natan Sevivo Tuzo Pinot Siva Av Kedoshim Roma Meshadai Tamid Mitzaprim Kavo El Beko Tushato Tiparach Adonai Elohino Al Shavach Masayadecha Va'ama Oreo Shasim Varucha Sela. We now come to something called the Kiddush Yotzer, the blessing of the lights. And this is also the blessings of the Shema, our important watchword. And we're going to come to that in a bit. Dibarach Sareinu Malkeinu V'Goaleinu Barei Kedoshim Yishtabach Shemcha La'ad Malkeinu Yotzer Mishartim Uvasher Mishartav Ulam Omdim Barum Olam Umashmi'im B'Yir'ah Yachad B'Kol Divrei Elohim Achayim U'Melech Olam Lamahu vim gulam birurim, gulam gibarim, v'chulam osim ba'ema, uvir aretzon konaham, v'chulam pochim et pichem b'ktushav of tachara, v'shira v'zimra, v'borachim u'mashabachim u'pa'arim u'maritzim u'makdishim u'mamlichim. Et Shemcha El HaMelech HaGadol HaGibor v'Hanora Kadosh Hu V'chulam Mikablim Aleichem Al Mechut Shemayim Zeh Mizeh V'notnim Reshut Zeh Lazeh L'Hakdish Liyotzram B'Nachat Ruach Sfavarav V'nima Kadosha Kulam Kelim Al V'yir'ah Onim V'omrim V'yir'ah Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzvaot, Meloch al haaretz ki hivodo, Va'ofanim v'chayot HaKodesh, Barash Gadol mitnasim l'matzrafim l'matam b'shabachim b'yomrim, Baruch kavod Adonai mimakomo. First blessing of the Shema, and it's called the Berachot HaMa'orot, the blessing of the lights, because basically it affirms the fact that God is in control, not the lights, not the stars, not the planets, no astrology here, folks. It's God himself, or herself. El Baruch Nimot Yiteinu, L'melech El Chai V'Kayam, Zemirot Yomero Tishbachot Yashmi'u, Ki Hu Levado Po'al El Gevorot, Osech Chadashot Ba'al Milchamot, Zorei Tzadakot Matzmiach Yeshuot, Ore rufu ot narati hilod adona nifla ot. Kadesh betuvo b'chol yom tamid maseh v'reshit. Ka'amor lo seorim gedolim kili lam chasto. Or chadash al tzion ta'ir v'niskechu lana me'iralio. Baruch atah Adonai yotzer ha'ma'orot. Second blessing before the Shema. Ahava Rabbah. Ahava Rabbah ahavtanu. Adonai Eloheinu, Chemla Gedola V'Teira, Chamalta Aleinu. Avinu Malkeinu Bavor Avotenu Shebatchu Becha, Avinu Malkeinu. Vatlamdem Chukechayim. Kain techanenu utlamdenu avinu avaracha manam rachem aleinu vatin belibenu lehavin uhaskil ishmoa Belmod lamed lishmor v'lasot ukayim et kol divrei Talmud Toratecha ba'ahava v'ha'erinenu b'toratecha v'dabek libeinu b'mitzvotecha v'yachid levavenu la'ahava u'yirah et shemecha v'lo nevosh le'olam va'ed v'lo nevosh le'olam va'ed ki v'shem kodshecha hagadol v'hanora b'ataknu nagila v'nismecha b'shu'atecha. So now we're going to take hold of our tzitzit from our talit as we approach the Shema. Vahavi inu l'shalom me'abakan fod ha'aretz v'tolichinu k'lmiot li'artzeinu ki el poel yeshuot atau varnavachar to mikol ambalashon v'kerav tanu shemcha gadol selah be'emet l'chodot l'cha u'yachedecha b'yachavaha baruch atah Adonai habocher b'amo Yisrael b'ahava. Amen. And as you can see, I've gathered together between the last two fingers of my left hand, from the four corners of my talitot, the tzitzit. The tzitzit remind us to do the commandments. It's from the Hebrew word meaning to gaze, tzit. And this is the Shema and the V'ahavta. And since I'm alone, I say El Melech Ne'eman. A little bit of the transliteration here. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha u'v'lechtecha b'derech u'v'shachpacha u'v'kumecha. We touch the seats, the tefillin. U'kshatam la'ot ayadecha v'hayu letotafot b'nei Uktavtaham amazuzot beitecha uvish arecha. Second paragraph of the Shema. Everything's in the plural now. V'hayayim shemo tishmo mitzvotai asher anochi mitzvotcha yom la'avah Adonai lechem olavdo b'kol levavchem uv'kol nafshechem v'natati mitortzechem be'ito yirel mokosh Asafta diganecha v'tiroshka v'yitzarecha v'natati esev asad kalivntecha v'achalta v'savata shamru lachem pen yivten levavchem v'sartehem v'avadetem Elohim acherim v'yishtachavitem lahem V'charaf Adonai b'chem v'tzar tashamayim lo yematar v'ha'adamah lo titenet v'habaretem me'era me'al haaretz hatova hanai notem lachem v'samtem et ra'eli alavavchem v'al nafshechem ukshartem otam la'od ayetchem v'hayet we now take our tzitzit in our right hand, and when we come to the word tzitzit, we kiss the tzitzit, and then at the end, we look at them, pass it before our eyes. Yomer Adonai Moshe Lemor Daber B'nei Yisrael V'marta Aleichem Asu Lachem Tzitzit Al Kenfei V'gdeim L'Doratam B'natnu Al Tzitzit Al Kenaf B'til Tachelet V'yachalachem L'Tzitzit Oritam Oto Uzkartam Uzkartem Olkem Mitzvot Adonai V'lasitem Otam V'lo Taturu Acharei L'Vafrem V'acharei Nechem Asher Atem Zonim Achareichem. And that's our acknowledgement that we're actually going to do the commandments by kissing the tzitzit. The Mantiskaruv Asitemet called mitzvotai item kedoshim leilachechem ani Adonai lachechem asher otzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem leilochim ani Adonai lachechem emet. And we kiss, but we still hold the tzitzit as we do the blessing afterwards. Emet v'yatziv v'nachon v'kayam v'yashar v'ne'eman v'avu v'chavi v'nechmad v'na'im v'nora v'adir untukam umkubal v'tov v'yafeh adavar hazeh aleinu le'olam va'ed emet Elohei olam makenu tzur Yaakov magen yishenu l'dor v'dor hu kayam u'shmo kayam v'chison nachon u'malchuto b'emunato li'ad kayamet v'rav kay v'kayam mihim. We kiss, and now we release. And we kiss, and now we release. Davar tov v'kayam le'olam va'ed emet v'monachot lo yavor emet shatahu Adonai Eloheinu v'elei avotenu malkeinu melech avotenu go aleinu go el avotenu yotzreinu tzur yeshuatenu podeinu matzilenu menon shemecha in Elohim zulatecha. Bottom paragraph. Ezra avotenu atahu me'olam magenu Moshe livnechem acharechem b'chol dor v'dor Barum olam moshavecha mishpatecha v'tzidkatcha adaf se'aretz ashrei ishe yitzma l'mitzvotecha v'toratcha u'dharcha al yesim aliboho emet atahu adon la'amecha u'melech yibor l'riv rivam emet atahu emet atahu rishon v'atahu acharon u'mibaladechin lanu melech u'el Moshiach mitzrayim Al tabiam suf bagata vezidim dibata vezidim avarta v'chasu mayim serechem echem lo notahar al zot shebechuach levim romel el v'natnu yididim zimirot shirot betishbach brachot Let me go back to my sharing the screen. Yam baruchum barachach Moshe v'nei Yisrael anu shira b'simcha rabah v'yamru laham micha mocha ba'elim Adonai micha mocha nedar b'kodesh Nora tehilot oh sefele shira chadasha shibchu alim shimcha al safat hayam yachad kulam hodu v'him lichu v'yamru Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed. So that concludes the Kaddish Yotzei. We now take 3 baby steps back. I want to take 3 steps forward, which is what Moses did when he went up to get the 10 Commandments. He went up in 3 stages. Bottom paragraph. Tzur Yisrael kuma be'ezra Yisrael ufteach inamacha Yehuda ve'Yisrael go aleinu Adonai tzvaot shemo kedosh Yisrael baruch atah Adonai ka'al Yisrael. 3 steps up. And now we start it's called the Yamidah, the standing prayer, but it's actually in the Talmud, the rabbis refer to it as just plainly the tefillah, the prayer. That's what it is. And this is meant to take the place of the offerings that we, of course, don't do anymore because we don't have a temple. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avoteinu va'imoteinu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el, Hagadol, Hagibor, V'Hanora. They're the matriarchs. El Elyon, Gohomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei Ha'akol, V'Zocher Chastei Avo V'Ha'imod U'Mevi Goel Ivnei V'Neihem L'man Shemo B'Yahava Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magin. Second bow. Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Avraham Vezrat Sarah Atagibor Le'olam Adonai Machaye Metim Atarav L'Hoshi. It's springtime. We don't need rain anymore. Mechakel Chayim B'Chesed Mechaye Metim Berachamim Rabim. So Mech Noflim V'Rofei Cholihim Umatir Asurim Umakayem Emunato V'Shenei Afar Michamocha Bal Givurod Umido Melach Melech Memit Umachayeh Umatmiach Yeshua V'Nemanatal HaChayahut Meitim Baruch Atah Adonai Mechayeh Ametim. Let's do the Kedusha. It's not too long. It's the 3rd blessing for God's name, which we consider to be holy. Typically, this is done with a minyan, but for our purposes, we'll do it today. Nekadesh et shemcha ba'olam kashem shemakdi shimoto b'shmei marohum mekah katuv ayad neviyecha v'karazeh el zeva amor. We want to reach heaven. Kadosh, kadosh, kadosh. Adonai tzvaot melech ol haaretz kivodo l'matam baruch yomeru baruch kavod Adonai mimakomo uvdivrei kodesh katuv le'mor Yemloch Adonai le'olam melech hayaksiyohun l'dor vador. Hallelujah. L'dor vador nagi godlecha u'netzach netzachim kedushat kanakdish v'shevach Eloheinu mipinu lo yamush le'olam va'ed ki hamelech gadol v'kadosh atah baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. We now come to a series of supplications, of prayers that we're asking God for things. There's 13 in the middle that are usually replaced by the prayer for Shabbat when it's Shabbat, but these are things we're asking God for. So go ahead and enjoy while we chant. Atach onim lavdam da'at umlamed lanosh bina hanenim itahab de'apina v'askel baruch atah Adonai chonen da'at. And you can always insert your own prayers for asking God for things in Thanksgiving. Second blessing. Shivenu avinu l'toratecha v'karvenu malkeinu l'avdotecha v'hasirenu b'tshuva shalema lefanecha baruch atah Adonai harotzeh b'tshuva. We're humans, we're not perfect, so we're always asking for forgiveness. Salach lanu avinu ki chatanu machak lanu malkeinu ki pashanu ki mochel b'soleach atah baruch atah Adonai chanuna marbelis lohach. Re'nava anyenu v'rivavivenu ugalenu me'aralaman shemecha ki goel chazak atah baruch atah Adonai goel Yisrael. Now we ask for healing. And I'm going to pause here, and you can think of people that you know that are in need of prayers of healing. So we can ask God to help them heal. Rifa'inu Adonai v'nei rafei hoshi'enu v'nivashea ki tahilatenu atava le refuah shalem l'chol mekotenu yehir v'hi ratzon milfaneach Adonai Eloheinu v'lei avotenu v'yimotenu shetish l'lach meira refuah shalem amin hashamayim refuah hanefesh v'guf l'cholihim. V'toshal Kol Yisrael v'chazeket Yedeosh Kim Sorchechem Ki El Melech Rafeh Nimran V'Rachaman Ata Baruch Ata Adonai Rafecha Mo Alei Yisrael. Next set of prayers. Asking for prosperity, a year of prosperity. Barech Aleinu Adonai Eloheinu et Hashana v'azot ve'et kol minei the Tevu'ata l'tova v'tein bracha al pnei hadama v'sab'enu mituvecha uvarech shanatenu chashanim atovot baruch ata Adonai mevarech hashanim tekah b'shofar gadola herotenu sanes l'kabetz liotenu v'kabetzenu yachad me'bakin fota haaretz baruch ata Adonai megabetz inchei amo Yisrael Hashiva shoftenu v'rishona v'yoatzenu kavati lava ser mimeno gonanacham lo kalenu atanai levadcha v'chesed v'rachamim v'tzadkenu b'mishpahat baruch ata Adonai melech ochev tzedakah u'mishpahat. Now this next prayer was inserted. There used to be 18 blessings. Now there's 19 because of people that tried to discredit us. Very appropriate if you think about it to today, where people are spreading all sorts of lies about what's going on in Israel and Gaza. Mashinim alti tikva v'chol charisha kerega toved v'chol evet amira yikaretu v'hazedi meheratika ker uchaber udmager v'taknia b'mei amenhu baruch ata Adonai shaver oivim u'makni hazedihim. Al hatzadikim v'al chasidihim v'al ziknei hamacha beit Yisrael. Al plates at sofrehem, Valgere at Sedek Valenu Yachamuna Archama Mechadonai Eloheinu, Batain Sachar Tov Lachol, Hapot Kimba Simcha Be'emet, Besimcha Kenu Imachem, Belil Amlo Nebosh Kiva Chabataknu, Baruch Ata Adonai Mishanu Miftach Tzadikihim, Yerushalayim Ercha Barachamim Tashuv, Betishkon Betocha Kirdabar Ta'uv Neotaba Karobi Amen Avin Lam, Vachisei David Meherad Latochatachin Baruch Ata Adonai Bonei Yerushalayim Et Samach David Avtacha Merat Tatzmiah Vakarnu Tarum V'shuatecha Techa Kishua Kilishuat Kivinu Kol Chayom Baruch Ata Adonai Matzmiah Karen Yishuaha Shmak Aleinu Adonai Eloheinu Chusrachem Aleinu V'kabel Barachamim Uratzon Et Tfilatenu Ki El Shemeh Tfilat V'takunim Ata Umilfa Necha Malkeinu Rekam Al Teshivenu Ki Ata Shemeh Tefillah Amacha Yisrael Barachamim Baruch Ata Adonai Shomea Tefillah. Now we come back to blessings that are done all the time. These are the last three blessings of the Tefillah, the Amidah. First one is for the restoration of temple service. We'd say Adonai Eloheinu b'amcha Yisrael tfilatam v'hashevet avodat l'dir beitecha tfilatam b'chavat beratzon v'hidor ratzon tamid avodat Yisrael amecha v'techazena einenu b'shuv chaletzion barachamim baruch ata Adonai. And now we thank God for the miracles that God gives us every day, and this is our third vow. Modim anachnu lahak shatahu Adonai Eloheinu v'Elokei avotenu v'imotenu le'olam va'ed tzorchayenu magen yishenu atahu ledor v'ador nodel lecha u'nsupir to'atecha achayenu hamzerim b'yadecha v'al nishmotenu havgadot lach v'al nishsecha shabachol yom imanu v'al niflotecha v'tovatecha shabachol et erev avoker b'tzohorayim atov kilu chalu rachamecha v'hamrachim kilu temucha sadecha Me'elam kivinu lachach V'yakulam yiparak. We skip this. It's not Hanukkah or Purim. V'yakulam yiparak yom shma malkinu tamid le'olam va'ed. V'chol chachayim yiducha sehela v'halu et shemcha be'emet. El Yeshuateinu ve'ezra teinu sela baruch atah Adonai ato shemcha ulachana elachod toho. This is the priestly blessing. We kind of did at the beginning, so I'm going to skip it here. But this is a prayer for peace. We do want peace for everybody. We want peace for the Palestinians. We do. We want justice for our slaughtered, but we definitely, peace works better than war. Sim shalom ba'olam tova uvracha v'chesed v'rachamim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael amecha barchenu avinu kulanu ka'echa ba'or panecha ki ba'or panecha natata lahanu Adonai Eloheinu Torat chayim ba'acha v'chesed u'tzedakah v'racha v'rachamim v'chayim v'shalom v'tov b'einecha levarek adam ha'Yisrael b'chol etu v'chol sha'a b'shlomecha Baruch atah Adonai Hambarek Adamo Yisrael Bashalom. Now, this is typically where it ends when we're doing it together. But I'm going to do this last prayer because it's so beautiful and it talks about gossiping. And this is something we do when we're praying individually, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. Elohai nitzor l'shoni mara usvatai medaber mirma v'lim kalali nafshi tidon v'nafshi kafar l'chol tiyeh patach libi b'toratecha uv'mitzvotecha tirdof nafshi v'chocha choshvim ala ra'a me'ara elfer atzatam akalkel machashavtam Aselaman shemecha, aselaman yiminecha, aselaman kedushatecha, aselaman toratecha, laman yechiel etzun yididecha, hoshia yimincha ba'eineni, yehiru artzonim repi v'hegiel libi lefanecha, Adonai tzariva go'alihi, and we take 3 steps back. Oseh shalom b'mromav, huyaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimaru, amen. So, typically, when I'm doing my own praying, and I'll do it here, I typically read the Torah from where the Torah is going to be, where the Torah reading that's going to be for this week. And I do this for a couple of reasons. One reason is because, and two, practice, because you saw a lot of dots and dashes
Share the screen.
around the word.
Again, we'll pick up where we left off.
Okay, we don't want that.
And I'm going to record on this computer. All right, and hopefully it doesn't blow up.
Okay, so I'm going to stop there. That down like that. So I got another recording going. I'm going to see if still recording here. So I'm going to get a calendar up and get the schedule up real quick. And I'm going to read this. This is the beginning of the 4th book of the Torah. It's the 4th reading from Leviticus. I'm sorry, we're starting the book of Numbers, actually, Bamidbar. And I'm going to share the screen here in a second. And there are a series of cantillations, the way we read this, the way we chant it, actually. Okay. There's our screen sharing. Okay. And you'll be able to see the translation too. Ish agadlu tot levet avotam yaknu b'nei Yisrael mineges aviv lohelmo eid yachada yahachanu V'chachon gim kod kaidosha mizaracha degel mechane Yehuda litzivotam v'nasi levnei Yehuda Nachshon ben Aham idanav utzvu ufkudehem arba'ah v'shivim elef v'shesh me'ot v'achonim alav tamet mateh Yisachar v'nasi levnei Yisachar Netanel ben Soar Utzva ufkudav arba'ah v'chamishim elef rabba me'od Mate Zevulun v'nasi libnei Zevulun Eliav ben Chelon Utzva ufkudav shiva v'chamishim elef rabba me'od Kol hapkud Dihim l'machane Yehuda me'at elef ushnonim elef sheshesh alafim rabba me'od l'tzivotam rishonim yisa'uhu. So you're wondering why I'm starting in the middle. Well, in the conservative movement, we use what's called the triennial cycle. So we basically don't read the whole parsha, we just read a third of it. And that's what I'm doing here. Okay. Degel machane Ruvain temina l'tzivotam v'nasi livnei Ruvain l'tzur ben shadei or utzva ufkudav shishi raba'im elef v'chamesh me'od v'tachonim alav tameshim on v'nasi livnei Shimon Shlumiel ben Surishadai Utzva ufkudehem tis'a v'chamishim elef shalosh me'ot umatei Gad v'nasi livnei Gad El Yasaf ben Ru'el Utzva ufkehem misha arba'im elef sheshesh me'ot v'chamishim kol hapkudim l'machane Ruvain elef v'chamishim elef arba'ot v'chamishim l'tzivotam v'shi'un u'shniyim yisa'uhu v'nasa'el mo'ed machane Levim b'toch machanot kasher chanuken yasu ish et yado l'dig lehem Degel machane Ephraim l'tzivotam yama v'nasi l'bnei Ephraim Elishama ben Amikud utzva ufkudechem arba'im elef chamesh me'od ve'allah Mate Menashe v'nasi livnei Menashe Gamliel ben Petatzur v'utzvu ufkudehem shenayim v'shloshim elef u'matayim u'matei Benyamin v'nasi livnei Benyamin Abidan ben Gidoni utzva ufkudehem hamisha shloshim elef rabba me'od kol hapkudim l'machane Ephraim me'at elef elef u'shmona alafim u'me'al l'tzivotam u'shlosim yisa'uhu degel machane Dan tzvona l'tzivotam Dan tzvona l'tzivotam v'nasi livnei Dan Achiazar ben Amishadai utzva ufkudehem shenayim shishim elef shva me'od v'chanim alav matei Asher ben Asi livnei Asher Piguel ben Achran utzva pekudehem achar arba'im elef chamesh me'od u'matei Naftali ben Asi livnei Naftali Achira ben Enan utzva ufkudehem shlosha chamishim elef rabba me'od V'chakudim l'machane Dan me'at elef shva chamishim elef shesh me'od achrona yis'u l'dig lehem elef pekudei b'nei Yisrael levet avotam kol pekudei chacham ochanot l'tzivotam shesh me'od elef shlosha alfim v'chamesh me'od v'chamishim v'chalivim alo hatpaktuhu v'tok b'nei Yisrael kasher tzivana et Moshe v'ya'asu b'nei Yisrael k'chol asher tzivana et Moshe k'nanu l'diglechem k'chein asu ish u'machotav al beit avotav Va'ele toldot acharon Moshe biyom diber Adonai Moshe b'char Sinai ve'ele shemot b'nei acharon. Now the Levites are counted. On Ubachor Nadav Abihu Elazar B'Tamar Ele Shemot B'nei Acharon Akochanim Hashem Shokim Hashem Alei Adam Lechachein. All right, listen to where the melodies go when we talk about Nadav and Abihu, who died because they brought a strange fire into the Mishkan. Ve'amat Nadav Abihu lifnei Adonai v'hakriva me'shara lifnei Adonai b'midbar Sinai u'vanim lo yiyu lachem ayachachem alazar b'itamar al pnei acharon avihem v'adaber Adonai el Moshe lemor hikaravat matei levi v'amidato lifnei acharon hakochen v'shetu oto v'shamru esh mishmarto ve'et mishmeret kol ha'edah lifnei ohel mo'ed labadot erabadot mishkan ושמרו את כל כלי אותה אוהל מועד ולמשמרת בני ישראל לעבוד את עבודת המשכן ונתת את הלווים אחרון ובניו ותונים תמחמה לו מאת בני ישראל ואחרון את בניו תפקוד ושמרו את כהונתם בזרע הקרב ביום אחד וידבר אדוני אל משה לאמור ואני הנה לקחתי הלווים תוך בני ישראל תחת כל בכור פטר רחם בני ישראל ואלי הלווים כי לא לי כל בכור ביום אחותי על בכור בארץ מצרים הקשתי לי בכורי לכל בכור בישראל מאדם ובהמה לי יהיו אני Adonai. So that is the reading that we will be doing this Saturday. So let me go ahead and share screen as we're going to complete our service. Thank you for joining me. Just going to do a few more prayers, one of which is going to be Ashrei. This is a little Torah service. Typically, we go through certain prayers. This is Hallel, a series of Psalms that we go through when it's a special day, like Sukkot, Passover, when it's a new month, which is going to be this Friday, by the way. We say a Kaddish. This is if we're fasting or saying Avinu Malkeinu. It's a bunch of apologies for the things we've done, which can be a lot. I mean, a whole big list just to make sure we cover all the crazy things we've done all year, right? Okay. And this is after we put the service back, the Torah back, and more prayers. For people that have died, for reading the Torah. Putting the Torah back in our ark, and here's the Ashrei. And we say this again. We say this 3 times a day. Ashrei Ashrei Veitecha Od Yalucha Sela Ashrei Amshkacha Lo Ashrei Am Sharonai Elohav Tilat LeDavid Aron Nimcha L'Chai HaMelech Baruch Hashemcha Li'olam Va'ed Va'adot and Adonai Malama Horuglato and Peker, Dorlador Stabak Masecha, Ugratecha Yagidu, the dark Vodadecha, the Red Neflotecha, Sicha, Vezus Neurotecha, Yomeru, Uglatha, Asafrena, Zecher of Tufka Yabi, Vitsikatcha, Uranenu, Hanun Brachu Maranaha, Erachapayim Dacha said, Tovaranai Lakahal, Brachamav Kal Ma'asahav, Yoduchanai Kal Ma'asecha, Vachasidecha, Yavarachucha. Kavod Machuka Yomeru Uradcha Yedaberu Odil Ibn Adam Grota Before Adam Machuto Machuka Machuko Olamim Memshatacha B'Chodor Bador So Mechad Elachol Anoflim V'Zokef Lachol Hakfufim Ein Echol Elasa Yisaberu Vatanotin Lachem Erechulam Ba'ito Ho Teach Et Yadecha Be Berpi. Break over sourcing, could surely lamba ed. Anachnu nivarech ya. Me'atav yad olam. Hallelujah. I'm going to skip Psalm 100. This is Uvalet Zion, where we ask for a Redeemer to come and lead us back into our promised land. I'm going to do just a little bit of this. Uvalet Zion go el ushafe peshal Yaakov numar Adonai vanizo briti otam amar Adonai ruchi asher alecha udevrai asher samti b'fika lo yamushu mifika umipi zaracha mipi zarazaracha amar Adonai me'atav yad olam v'ata kadosh shefti la Yisrael v'karaz el zev amar kadosh 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 Adonai tzvaot meloch ha'aretz kivodo. Let's go to the Kiddush to Seder, because it kind of ends our service. And this, by the way, most of this is in Aramaic. Kadish b'shmei Merayah ben Shechite Kadish uvad gavorte Kadish le'olam ulamei Maya Adonai tzvaot Maya Chol Arazi v'Yakarei B'tisa'ini Ruach Shmacharai Kol Yarash Kadol Baruch Kavod Adonai Mimakom Moho V'nata V'latni Rucha B'simachei V'gadrorai Kol Zi Asagi Dimashabachim Ba'amarim B'rich Karad Adonai Me'ata B'Shechite Adonai Yimloch le'olam ba'ed so I am now going to go to the Aleinu, which is kind of one of our, basically our closing prayer. Typically, we are standing for this. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol la'tet gedula li'otzeh breshit Shelo asanu kagoye aratzot v'lo samanu kamishpachot ha'adama shelo sam chalkinu kahem v'gohor aleinu kachol hamonam ba'anachnu kohorim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malachei amlachim hakadosh baruch hu shehuna teshamayim v'yosed aretz u'moshav yikaro b'shamayim ima'al u'shkinatu zo Begav he meromim hu Eloheinu einod emet malkeinu efes ulato kakatu v'torato v'yadata hayom v'hashevota elevavecha ki Adonai hu Elokim b'shamayim himal v'haaretz mitachat ein od. Bottom sentence. V'ne'emar v'hai Adonai l'melech al kol ha'aretz b'yom hahu yiyeh Adonai echad ushmo echad. So this is the Kaddish Yuton, the mourner's Kaddish. And typically we say Kaddishes, sanctifications, when there is a minyan, that is a group of 10, sometimes we can do it with 9 adults. But one of the things that we do, whether there's a minyan or not, I will do the mourner's Kaddish because that's kind of important. For some people, they want to say the mourner's Kaddish for their loved ones that have gone on. And this week, and it's done week by week, we're honoring the memories of Asher Bachbut, Jacob Baum, Roma Elliott, Ethan Fingerout, Lou Freeman, Morris Friedman, Rosalie Giffen, Israel Jaffe, Annette Kane, Ruth Lapin, Nina Leboff, John Jacob Pacino, Jack Rabinowitz, Leonore Schwartz. And we also honor the memories of those that have died within the last year. And that would be Felix Asensio, Adolph David Roth, Randy Wilk, Richard Falco, Jane Fulton. I don't have it on this, but they found 4 hostages dead, and I've got them on my list that I have yet to print out for this weekend. So let's think of them, and if there's anybody in your family that you'd like to honor, please think of them as we do them in Mourner's Kaddish. Yikadal, Yikadash, Shemei Rabbah. Ba'amad Yivrach Yirutei, V'yamlich Malchutei, Chayechon, Uvyamechon, Uvchayerchol Beit Yisrael, Bagalal Vizman Kari, V'yimeru Amen. Yehesh Shmei Rabbah, Mevarach La'alam, O'omei, Omaya. Yiparach, Vishtabach, Vipa'ar, V'yitnomam, V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, V'yitaleh, V'yitalal, Shmei D'Kudsha, Brichu. V'ela min kol birchata b'shirata, Tishbachata b'nechamata, Da'amiran ba'alma, V'yimru amen. Yehi shalom arabah min Shemaya, L'chaim aleinu, V'yal kol Yisrael, V'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, V'ya'aseh shalom aleinu, V'yal kol Yisrael, V'yimru amen. Final thing that we do is the Psalm of the day. And this is basically to honor the corresponding day of creation. And I say that it's also to keep track of the days. They didn't have, right, the Lua. They didn't have calendars back then, right? So today is Tuesday. Here's the Psalm for Tuesday. And it's the shortest one, so you're in luck. Ayom Yom Shlishi Bat Shabbat Shabu Hayu Avim Amrim B'Beit HaMikdash. And in Judaism, we don't have names for the days of the week. We just say it's the third day for Shabbat, from Shabbat. Mizmor la'asef Elohim netzav ba'adat el b'kerev Elohim yishpahot ad matai tishpatu aval ufnei rashaim tis'u selaha shiftu dal v'yaton ani barash hatzdiku paltu dal v'yavion miyad rashaim hatziluhu lo yad'u v'lo yavihu ashecha yitchalahu yoimotu chomoste aretz ani amarti Elohim atem uvnei yom kulchem achen ka'adan temutunu Chachasarim tifaluhu Kuma Elohim shifta haaretz ki ata tivcha b'chol hagoyim. Thank you very much for listening. Hope you have a great day. And I hope this kind of worked. I know that we had a little bit of difficulty at the beginning, but thank you for keeping with us and thank you for sticking around. Okay. Have a great day, everybody. May God be with you.